a little flavor action here as we get ready for Tuesday morning on the Water Anarchy, brought to you by Mach 2 Boats. This is the Moth Worlds. Lindsay Bergen, Buchan Bergen as I understand, and Dad Bill helping her down to the water. The only girl in the fleet here. Whoa, watch your... Lindsay and her husband Dalton is sailing as well, doing very well.
That's just the beginning of the day.
Whoa.
Sure. I'll take my shoes off if you want.
No, with the mattress. Yeah. Perfect.
So Bill, talk to me for a second on camera. This is your daughter.
Nice
right?
try. My granddaughter.
Your granddaughter.
Yeah, that's right. Lindsay Bruce. That's Carl's daughter, Lindsay.
That's Carl's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I can't tell anyone's age.
No, that's right. No, she's
killed too many brain cells to be
she
able
started
to
sailing at the age of 8 at North the Yacht Club, and there were a couple of signs that she is hooked.
You think?
For better or for worse. We're sailing out of Bellingham Bay, and it's blowing like hell. And as we come by her in our little putt-putt, I think, is she going to be crying? Is she going to be terrified? The waves are, she's a little lofty. And as we went by her, I looked over. She had the biggest grin that I've ever seen. She's hooked. And to this day, she's hooked.
Well, and now you obviously know Buchan is certainly one of the most well-known names in sailing in the U.S., certainly in the Northwest. I mean, is there a lesson to getting kids hooked at a young age? Is there something you could pass along to keep them interested?
I think that's basically all we did.
That's all you did. That was your whole life.
That's all we did. Same thing with Carl. He just sailed. It's building the boat. Unlike a lot of the new people, they just go to the store and buy a boat.
Right.
Carl builds his boats.
Right.
He built an okay dinghy, and then so he had that total involvement. I'd build a couple of sails, and I'd get out the grinder and grind on my star keel, and so it's just all about messing with boats.
Yeah.
And, if I'd done a little more sailing, a little less messing, I might have been a better sailor. But
You've done all right.
I've done okay, but a lot of it, my success is due to that. I'd call Lowell up and I'd say, Lowell, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And he said, well, really, what's more important is this other thing. You ought to build yourself a new mast. That mast you have is terrible. I said, really, Lowell? Lowell was the one that told me about hydraulic backstays.
Yeah.
We had a turnbuckle on our backstay on the old Mara, and Lowell came up to pay me a visit, and he said, I've just come up with this idea of using a hydraulic piston for backstay control.
So he started it all.
Yeah, and then some of the people up in the Northwest said, that doesn't look legal. That looks to me like stored energy. And then now, of course, it's
gone a little bit past that point now with little
another
snowmobile
story
engines.
is Lowell is in Seattle trying to sell sails to our Thunderbird fleet.
Yeah.
And somebody in the fleet is a Boeing engineer, and he says to Lowell, how do you know your boat's on the wind? And Lowell says, well, I kind of watch the headstay, and when the headstay goes straight, that means I'm probably a little bit too high, so I lay her down. And this fella says, well, we put yarns on our sails.
This is the telltale story.
Yeah.
Dennis told me this story.
Okay, so we put yarns on our sails, and Lowell says, oh, really? Explain that to me.
If only you'd patented it.
That's right. Who could go sailing today without yarns on their sails?
Well, real quick, when you haven't watched, obviously, I don't think you've watched hydrofoil mothing at this level.
No.
Well, you've been spectating, watching your granddaughter. What do you think?
I think it's a wonderful part of the sport.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
And it's not just, there are little tweaks they do out there.
Yeah.
They change the shape of the foil, and then they're messing with the sail shape, and so a lot of this stuff will, not the foils, but a lot of this stuff will transmit into star sail shapes or something like that. It's wonderful. It's just sort of like, why is Buddy Melga such a wonderful sailor? Well, he picked up things sailing ice boats.
A lot of different boats, exactly.
In the ice boat, you can see the wind, from what I understand. Buddy can go upwind, he can see the wind because it's got snowflakes in it, And so he kind of translated that into
your own little air tunnel.
Yeah, seeing the wind on the water or off the water and stuff.
I'm going to cut this off, but anyway, good luck to your granddaughter and grandson-in-law, and we'll catch up with you later.
You bet.